Hello everyone in ar.arena channel. Today we speak about the quantification and a simple code in Revit and Navis, and how we can use master formatting and the difference of the using of this a simple code in Revit and how we can use it and also in Navis and export the files from Revit to Navis. So we can start with opening the Revit file. We have here like small project. It's like small villa. So in this villa, we'll speak about first how we can export to Navis to make my quantification according to all my elements of the project. If we back here to this 3D cut, and we can see I have here now different type of cladding. I have my concrete, doors, columns, and everything. It's like a small example to see how we can convert and put all these elements as a quantification in Navisworks. So first let's duplicate the view. Let's remove the section box to see the full building. So this is my full project. So first things to export to Navis as a NWC, we need to go to from file, export, NWC file. In case of a new export panel, you cannot find the NWC. You need to download from Autodesk the programs that who can transfer the Revit file to NWC. You can find it here in this website. I'll put the link in the titles down. And this is from Autodesk. You can, here this is for the 3D view. No, I don't want this one. I need to Navisworks NWC export utility. You can choose your version of Navis, and I prefer when you use Revit and Navis to almost use the same version. Just download, and then after downloading you will find this NWC window open for you here. So this is the first point for the import. The second point, I should import regarding to the full view of my project when I make NWC. So for example, in this case, if I need to export like this, it will be wrong. It will not export all my file with all the elements. So I prefer always when to make export NWC, you can export in the full 3D file. So from here, I can go export NWC. Also, the third trick here for the Navisworks settings, when I click on this one, I need to make sure that my files not divided into level. Because if I highlight on this one, when it exports to the Navisworks, it will export by level related to the project and not related to the elements. For example, here in level 1, he will put like 2 doors, level 2, 3 doors, not like door element as a 5 in Revit. So to make sure that I already unclip this one and export here, same as what we do if you want to export the current view, or in this case we can, even if you click in any items of this one for export, I can say the entire project and then click OK and save. So we can see now here will start to export the project. Once we finish now, we can find NWC files, so we can open now Navis. So from Navis now, as I can see, I have append, and from append I can open my NWC file. And here now, as I can see, I have my project. Export full and make sure everything gets correct, same as my Revit file. And for my selection tree here, I can find my project and all the elements. As we can see now, he didn't export as a levels, he exported as items or categories. What I have indoors, floor, entourage, furniture, grid. And all the levels. Also, we can change the as a quick tips in case of my mode if I need to change as a full render, or in case of like shaded. And also we can change the background color in case of I don't want gradient. I can make it as a plain, apply to be more easy on this side. Also from the view, if I need to remove the grid, I can remove it from here as a show grid, and also I can add a quick section, and I can see now from this one, this is plane number 1, and I can easily to move my section, how I can make my alignment from the top, from the bottom. And so now in this case we started to speak about now quantification. From quantification, if I click from this one, I can see now he wants to how to can make project take off all the materials and items elements there. So I can start from the project setup, and from here, as I can see, I have 3 default type from master formatting. I have 48, I have 16, and I have uni format regarding to what the office or company work in which master formatting or uni formatting, and how we can also link it in Revit, because in the Revit, if you back here and speak about the assembly from the manage, and for my assembly code, I have some types of uniformat, and this is the same uniformat what I have in here. And also I have my 48 CSI master format regarding to the year if I need to connect between this one and that one. We can find also the master formatting. I will put it also on the download link down. If you give a quick look for my master formatting, as I can see here, I have my Excel sheet for the master formatting. This is the 2010 edition. And also if I like close this one and see my level, I can see now here my 48 level. And this is, it will be almost the same level if I will back from CSI 48 and start to make my takeoff from that one. The difference between the master formatting here that already I loaded on Revit and started to put my assembly code and all my master formatting code for the project, and it's kind of reflected also in the Navis, and it's about how to can export your quantification. It's from Revit or from Navis. So in this case, when we speak first about Navis, so let's say how we can use it here. So I can use CSI 48, and I need biometric. and make sure all my elements here as a meter. Okay, so as I can see now, he showed to me the 48 elements, almost same formatting of my 48 2010 edition as per the edition that we work in, and each one it's already empty. So let's say now how we can fill my formatting. In this case, if I open my project, we can start with item by item, and we can start now with doors. From the doors, I can put it here from opening as an example. So I click on opening and go to the door, right click from quantification. I need to take off to opening. Once I load it, as I can see now, the tree started to show for my opening section and what the type of the door that I have. And also if I come back to the item catalog, I can see now the color, how it can show in my 3D. And also I can see here the quantity. It's like 4, 2, 1. And he already automatically with WBS, he give him a number. And if I hide my selection here, I can see my items that I already select from that one. In this case, unhide all. So this is first item regarding to the opening. In case of also, if I don't want to make the tree in this way, I can control about it. Like for example, from the opening, I can directly go from porta door type, single flush door type without go to the door opening. So from item catalog, if I will come back and click for all of this one and delete it, and then if I come back here to the opening, and as I can see, if I select from this 4 and say quantification to the opening, I can see now he from opening he go directly by tree to the types of the doors. So the tree, it's all regarding to the project and company distribution, but we can take it now as an example in this case. And also after we finish the doors and unhide all, I come back to my entourage, and for my entourage I think he put the stud of my, as you can see here, if I need to come back and see this item, okay, unhide all. So yes, as I can see, he put here for my entourage all the studs of my cladding. If I back to Revit to be more, to explain it more easy, if I come back here to my 3D file, I'm zooming, I can see now I have here like stud. If I move this one, this is the stud that I am talking about, that's holding my rock wall after the cladding. And this is how it shows in Navis. So this is my stud. I have also my concrete stair as item. Maybe it can be not more important now for the completing the concrete. This is maybe we can put it with concrete, not with the entourage. And all the cladding studs as the entourage. So in this case, we can add our entourage, for example, in the metals or wood and plastic. So from this one, I can say new virtual takeoff, and let's name this as a studs, for example. And when I connect my stud here, I can put all my cladding studs and add it to take off. Now in this case, you already refuse to back it here. I think from here, and I think yes, because this is item, not a group. So as I can see here, I have new group and new item. So we can remove this one, and from metal I can add a new group, and this group I can call it studs. And as I can see now, I think in this case my stud it can go in this one. So yes, I can edit now all my studs in this metal. And also from the concrete stair I can add to my concrete. So in this case I finished all my entourage list. For the floors, I have also much types of the floor. All my concrete slabs, if I back here to the project as an example, I have like 2 slabs. This is with concrete. I have my bitumen dome roof. I have my finishing of porcelain parquet. I have my 400 generic for the bathrooms, and this is the up finishing, and this is the finishing for the car entrance or the car parking. So I can take all my generic in this case and add it to the concrete, and then in my finishes I can take all my finishing ceramic and porphyry and tiles and add it to the finishes, and then the damp proof I can either add it with the thermal and moisture protection, and then I finish my floor furniture. I have like one sofa and the items here, and this is easily to can add with the furniture items for this one. After that I have my grid, and this is the grid of the project. This is not quantification, and this is the levels. That's what I have. And then I have the railing, rails, structure column, structure framing, walls, and windows. I can also add window in my opening. So in this case I can go and take off to the opening. So if I back to my opening and item catalog, I can see now I have doors and I have window. After the tree I can find all the item of my doors and windows. So okay, this is as a start. We can make it as an example, and let's see now how we can export it to the Excel sheet and how we can check the quantification from all catalogs from this item. If I open the doors here, I can see he give me what the calculation he put in the design, what the color reflection there, and from the quantification workout he can show me now all the information regarding to the this door. It's what the quantity, what the length, what the height, and this all information it's like came from Revit. So in case of this information not fill, I can add it here, update it here if I want, or I can update it from the Revit file as the information came to this project and update. For example, if I go to like this door, or let's say the data from this one as an example. So I can see here there's no information regarding to the doors in this case. If we need to quick explain regarding to this information, if I go to my properties, I see here for my elements regarding to this door, it's he don't show in his parameter the width and the height and length. That's why it's shown here by 0. But for example, another project as a window, if this element and I select, I can see now he can show me what the width and the height. So in this case, I see now the Navis, it's already read it. And anyway, this is all information you can add and remove, add your comments, any viewpoints regarding to this elements. So once we finish all these items, even on the walls, we can, if we need to add our masonry, for example, I have this tool, and also I can, okay, we can add this for the quantification, for the masonry, and my rock wall and thermopane cladding. I can add it to also my thermal protection, and this plastering and exterior paint we can easy also add it with the finishing as a quick example. Okay, so once I finalize all the elements here, I can now start to export this file as an Excel sheet. Once we finish, we can open now the file, and here he can show me the all the data. Also they have filters and they have some tabs with here all data, and here maybe the items row in case of I need to select by item, the name of item, the information that I collected from Navis, and also it can give me all the quantity, the count, and I can in this case complete it with my cost and units. He also make it as a pivot table. So if I close all this one to see what I already export, in case of my opening, I have door and window. So if I open my window, I can see now the information for each window. Also, I have the count as a quantity. And then after this one, I can, for example, if I add as a cost, I can enlarge because it's affect pivot table. Yeah, in this case, okay, I can remove my pivot table and then make the new layer for the quantity. Also, this is at a group. Can finish, select all, and just for example select all my masonry, and I can see now my only two wall that I use it, if 20 or 155. I can even get all my volume square meter. for all the block work that I use it in this project. I can add all my description and comments and extrude all this table as my quantity for my project. So this is the quick and easy way from Navisworks to make this quantification. The difference between this one and if I back to the Revit and see how I can make my master formatting and assembly code in Revit. So let's back here to any, okay, save the project and let's go any level. Okay, the different quantification here, it will be related to the assembly code. For the assembly code, he asked me here to browse txt file and to make a quick txt file from the Revit file to can read it. It should have give you example here as a master formatting. This is my Excel file and this is show all my formatting here. I close already all the level. I just see level 2, so in case of I see all, I see here too much distribution as a more explanation. So this is the master format, this is my level 1, and then when we open another tree, we open from 2 and that another tree have 2 trees, and from this tree it have all this 4s, and from 4 this one it have another 3. So the leveling, it's very important when I export any formatting to the Revit. Also the Revit category, because he already in Revit category, he will connect the numbers in this table, as we can see here, regarding to the Revit family. And this is, it will be more easy for you to search in case of I don't want to see all the categories, just I need to see the doors. So he can, from this number, make categories, and we will see this now in the Revit. So the easy way to do this one, it's to select the number, description, level, and Revit category as a quick example. And when I see like that, of course I need to select all the assembly code, but this is just for the example. And to make a new text file, and let's say this is test, and from test file paste, and now it can be ready to export to Revit. So this is the test regarding to the master format. I already have my copy for this one. Very important to get one as a start leveling, because in case of some people copy from here, so you will not read level 1, because this is the only level 1 that I have here. And after all the leveling, it starts from level 2 for my main elements. So it's very important to get from level 1. So once I copy all of this and put it as a txt file, it can be now easy to browse from the, let's say, master formatting, open, okay, view. So now as I see, he already make all my categories regarding to the CSI master format. Also the categories that I'm speaking about here as a number regarding to the family. For this file, I can find it now from here. He already make it, for example, as a doors. So I can see only, he show me the classification and where is the classification of the door that I can show it in my master format. In case of my openings, the doors, wood frames, any related items regarding to the door. So it's easy also to add this one also in the curved door, what I have inside all the doors, 3 by 3 by 3. And I think in this case now, if I go for an example, the door, so okay, and a simple code just to reload from the file. Once we already browse, we can reload to the relative. In this case, it can show. So as an example, if I click on this wall now, edit type, and go to put my simple code, he will open for me now my master formats, and already case of my wall category, he already direct send it to me for my wall classification. And in this case, I can open what the related of my walls I will use, like thermal, opening, finishes, construction, earth. In case of I need also to not use this classification and go for the all categories. And from all categories, I can use, for example, masonry, and I can use here, let's say, any unit masonry or concrete manufacture brick masonry, for example, cast stone masonry as a concrete unit any masonry surface. So regarding to what the specs that you have here, so can, for example, check, let's say, clay tile masonry. So I can see now he put it as a simple code and he put it now as a description. So it's very important and import item by item in Revit before we work in this family or in this any architect element. It's important to add first the simple code and the simple name, because it will be more easy later in my quantification. Because if I back to, let's say, material takeoff, my quantification here, I made one before quickly, and let's say this is the finishing wall schedule. This is my wall that I use. So in case in my filter now, let's say first I summarize to see what's the type of the wall that I have. And in the case now I will start to add more category as a simple code and a simple description. Let's put it first. And then click OK. So I see now the only items that I added for my wall, he add for now the a simple code and a simple description that I added in my project for the generic 200. And this is important also later, because once you finish all the simple code, you can see now maybe what I forgot, what I didn't add. I can add it also from here quickly. For example, this is paint. I can from paint, I go for the finishing, let's say for the wall covering or plastic blocks, special surfaces. In any case, it can be easy to check it in the list of the master format by search and add this items related quickly, because it's very big, like 6,000 item. But for example, if we add anything as a wall finishing here, let's say okay, so I can see now he add for all the wall finishing regarding to my exterior paint. Also for this one I can change also for the my masonry, let's say any concrete unit veneer. And I can see now all the material that's already I add my takeoff on it. And it can show also when I added here for the filter for my assembly code and assembly description for the materials also. And once I finish, I can export directly to my Excel sheet. I have the MLACE script. It can download it from the Revit script from the SOP. And once I finish this one, it can tell me what already the file need to export. So I can export this one, click OK, desktop, save. And I can see now the quantity report that I have and the simple code related to the quantity that I worked in. Later, I can use it as a filter and I can check what the simple code that I need or what the description or the family. And also can add all the equations that I have, count by volume regarding to the masonry. I think it can be masonry more using for the volume. So that's it. I hope this video is useful for the quantification and the master formatting between the Revit and Navisworks and how to get the final quantity for the material that I have in my project. The most important that when I started to use it in Revit, need to before put any elements, you need to add all the assembly code and add the assembly description and take what's the form of the assembly code that we'll use, master format, uniformat, omni class as a direct from Revit regarding to your company or office. So thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe our channel here and follow us on Instagram and see you in the next videos.